disgrace. Nothing in my favor, got the wind in my face, I'm going home. Hey, 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 over the hill. Over the hill. Hey, 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 over the hill.
Stop growling, Mac, otherwise they'll put you in the zoo with all the other grizzly bears. Mac, this is my first break in 2 years and I've only been gone 3 days. Yeah, well, what's the big deal? You've got other reporters.
They are not reporters. I'll tell you exactly what they are, will I? They are idiots! No, correction. That's an insult to idiots! You want to see some of the stuff they're giving us? If I printed any of it, I'd be a laughing stock. I need you, Kate. The silly season's killing us. I'm dying here. And besides, I'm missing you. Out!
Take it easy. I want to cheat your clotted arteries out the last laugh. I'll be on the first train in the morning.
You are going to stay for dinner?
Yeah, same. No, I can't get there any faster. Because the Industrial Revolution's only just hit up here. Marconi will be inventing the radio any minute now. Needs more pepper.
We're shut for the night. If it's an emergency, Ambleside's open for 24 hours.
Yeah, I've just been to Ambleside and they sent me here.
I bet they did.
I was told to ask for Sergeant Happy Doby.
I'm happy.
Right, well, I got the papers for you. They're here somewhere. Right, birth certificate, passport, driving license. No, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I've got a P60 here somewhere. Yeah.
Are you drunk?
No. I never touched the stuff. Well, hardly. I never really saw the point. They didn't call you?
No.
Well, I'd better explain.
I'd like that.
I'm resigning.
Resigning from what?
From Britain. I'm resigning my citizenship.
What's that got to do with me? Go to immigration office or something?
No, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm declaring myself independent. I am seceding.
I don't like jokes. I never really saw the point.
Well, it's not a joke. I've got an acre or so of land just up the hill by Crow Top. It's going to be the independent republic of me. You sure they didn't tell you?
No, they did not.
Well, look, I better go before it gets too late. All right, well, those are for you. Listen, I can pay export tax on these. I'll just go, yeah? Thanks for your help.
Sorry to bowl like this. Apparently Fleet Street will crumble if I don't get there first thing. What time do you think I need to leave in the morning to get the 7:45? Dad? Dad?
Better be good, Dad. I've got a suicidal editor I'd like to keep on the right side of the window ledge.
So what big story are you going to save the newspaper business with today, eh? Some footballer going out with a model, or some soap star drinking vodka before breakfast?
Thought you didn't read the papers.
I don't. Just a lucky guess.
Look, it's probably some backpacker full up on too much warm beer. He'll be sleeping it off in his tent.
Now there's a sight to start a girl's day.
Just a little loving early in the morning beats a cup of coffee for starting off the day.
Morning.
Just a little loving when the world is yawning.
What are you doing?
I'm chopping wood. But it's about time I started planting the potatoes. A lot of people think you can't plant potatoes this time of year, but...
This is national parkland.
Used to be. It's mine now. I claimed it.
You can't claim it.
You can. The Disused Public Land Act 1654. Any son of England, be he high-born or common of birth, hath right to claim propriety over any hectorate of land, so be that he hath not borne arms against the Parliament, so be that the land lie without township, village, or hamlet, and hath not been used in cultivation, and hath not been traversed by any citizen of the Commonwealth for days numbering 365 sequential.
What?
Well, if nobody's crossed the land for a full year, you can claim it. And nobody hath traversed it. I kept a log.
Quite the legal expert, aren't you, Mr.
Clay. Adam Clay. And no, I'm not an expert. I just like to read.
Kate Dobie, his only slightly less perplexed daughter. So, how did you decide what land to claim, Mr. Clay?
I used the census. I divided the land mass of the country by the number of people in it, and well, it came out to about just over an acre apiece, so... Well, I figured that up here, I wouldn't be bothering anybody.
You bother me.
So, does it have a name, this republic of yours?
Well, I thought I'd call it Hope.
And you're gonna live alone in Hope?
Yep, just me and Aretha and the girls.
Aretha and the girls, of course.
You better come along with me until we sort this out.
No, you can't. I'm no longer a citizen of your country. Wait here, I'll show you.
What is going on here?
What? This will be page 1, 2, and 3. Whatever it takes to get the story, and he doesn't need to know I'm a journalist, understand?
How do you sleep at night?
Love you, Dad. And he's not bad to look at either.
Here we are. There's a letter of confirmation from the United Nations. European Union mandate, statute of limitations ruling from the Home Office. It's all perfectly legal.
Good. I mean, you wouldn't want to cause an international incident, now would you? Don't worry, Mac. He's so wet behind the ears, he's practically drowning. I'll get you a new story every day for a month. Mac, I've got to go.
Please, go on, Come on, mate. Hey, up there, get off the fence. What's the name of your republic? Hey, climbing boy, get down or I'll knock your teeth in.
What's going on?
Well, it seems the whole world has gate-crashed your big story.
Yeah, but he hasn't spoken to anyone. He'll talk to me.
Oh, yeah? How are you going to pull that off?
I'm not a journalist, remember?
All right. Hey, come on, back! Get up back! Hey, girls, back on the fence. Come on now! Off the fence,
I'll handle it. No, keep your distance. Say nothing unless I prep you first.
It's okay, I'll come.
By tomorrow, it'll all be forgotten. I guarantee it. Yes, Prime Minister.
Is the Prime Minister very angry?
He'll be angry when I tell him to be. Tell me about the Disused Public Land Act.
Oliver Cromwell introduced it to redistribute land away from supporters of the king. It's not been used for 350 years. Must have just stayed on the book.
And his application has been in your department for how long?
A year. Look, we've been busy.
I have a press briefing in 15 minutes. At this briefing, I'm going to laugh this off. Dismiss it as an administrative error. And I'll be right. Because you're going to go back to your department and tell the Home Secretary to find a way to evict this buffoon. I've made a promise to the Prime Minister, and you're going to ensure I keep it. Understand?
Yes, Claire. Thank you. Thank you.
Claire Cotton.
Hope, stumble and fall, ain't nothing new at all. We just keep coming up with new ways of going down. Whether you're poor or rich, at the bottom of the ditch,
Buy a girl a cup of coffee.
you can finally see the light and turn your life around.
I don't bite.
Shingle by
Please,
shingle,
come in.
I'm patching up the roof. Row by row, I'm bringing in the crowd. Love makes a change, I'm living the proof.
Where'd you get your electricity from?
Over there. 2 hours a day gives me all the power I need. Do you want to see?
Sure.
I've had my share of debts, some regrets. Leaving all that behind and moving on.
It's good for you as well.
I thank God today I can truly
Seems you're something of a celebrity. Doesn't it bother you?
dark night,
Well, they're just doing their job, I suppose. I can't really begrudge it.
shingle by shingle. I'm patching up the roof.
Where do you,
I'm bringing in the crowd.
Oh, outside. When no one's looking, obviously. Though it's getting a bit harder with all the press around.
New waters in the well and I'm grateful.
I think the stove needs a bit more heat.
That's all right, I'll get it. I presume these are the bellows, are they, or
No,
something?
no, that's that's the shower. Milk?
Please, if you've got any.
That's what Aretha's for. It's what they used to do before there were fridges.
Right. Why are you doing this?
What?
This. Setting up here. Are you making a point? Thanks.
There's no point to be made. I just didn't fit in. It all just stopped making sense.
What did?
Everything. The way we do things, our priorities, the system. 2 years ago, my mother died.
I'm sorry.
She was waiting for an operation. The local hospital closed down its cardiac unit. We pay farmers not to grow food. We lock up the homeless, but we release people with mental illnesses out on the street. We send soldiers to fight in wars that nobody can agree with.
So you're opting out?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not opting out. I'm opting in. I'm taking responsibility. Look, Miss Dobie.
Kate.
Kate, we've got one life to live, and it's too short to spend it following other people's rules, following agendas that make no sense, set by people you've never met. I want to set my own agenda.
But what if everyone did what you're doing? I mean, it would be chaos.
Would it? Look, I'm not speaking for anyone else, just me.
What about your family?
I've spoken enough. Your turn.
Happy and me moved here when my mum got ill.
I thought you were from here.
No, my mum was. I can't stand the place. Something about the air, it's too clean and unpolluted. When my mum died, Happy couldn't bring himself to leave. So I visit him. Not as often as I should.
So you're a big career woman in London?
No, I just do temp work.
But you must have dreams.
I thought I did. I think you need to get on your bike.
One question remains unanswered. While many of us might think of running away from it all, not many would go so far as to set up our own sovereign state. So what made Adam Clay resign from the United Kingdom?
Poor blighter.
I don't know why I love you like I do. After all the changes that you put me through, used all my money and my cigarettes, and I haven't seen how to have you yet. I wanna know, won't you tell me? I love to stay. Take me to the river, wash me down. Want to cleanse my soul, put my feet on the ground. I don't know why she treated me so bad. After all the things that we could have had, love is an ocean that I can't forget.
Because there's something in the air. We've got to get together sooner or later.
What's all this?
Peace camp. He's anti-globalization's poster boy.
Have you seen this?
Not much noble about your profession, though, is there?
It's not us. Well, not me. They won't stop at this, you know.
Then you do something about it.
Who's that?
It's my wife and my kids.
Daddy!
Annie. Hello, Melissa. Joanna. Well, you look bright.
I want you to come home, Adam.
Why?
What?
Why do you want me to come home? What's wrong? Where's Walter?
His name's William. That was a mistake. It's been over for a year.
I'm sorry.
I want to go home, Ma.
Yeah, in a minute. Don't you love me anymore?
No, please.
Joanna, I don't think this is the best place to talk about this.
I've had agents on the phone. We could make a lot of money.
Joanna, money can make things easier, but not necessarily any better. Why don't you and the girls come here and live with me?
Here.
Yeah, well, I could build you your own house.
It's a muddy field.
Oh, it's not that bad in the summer. I like it.
You would, you stubborn fool. Can't you see what a chance this is?
Joanna, I'm taking a chance. Here.
Leave him alone!
See what you've done?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Not as sorry as I am. Come on.
You're such a geek, Dad.
Is that a tail I can see between her legs?
I'm not so sure. This is trouble.
Because there's something in the air. We got to get together.
Joanna wanted things. Bigger house, better car, stylish clothes. Well, so did I suppose. And for years we had those things, lots of them. I was actually quite a success. I had a big office, my own secretary. And then I realized that I didn't actually do anything. I mean, I didn't grow anything, I didn't make anything. I spent 12 hours a day being a success. I saw more of the balance sheets on a computer screen than I did my own kids, and Well, I didn't like it. I realized that being a success wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Joanna didn't see it that way, and anyway, she met this guy, Walter. William. And he still wanted the same thing she did, and knew how to get them. Actually, he's quite a nice guy.
What about your girls?
Beautiful, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
It was hard for them, especially Melissa. She's the older one. Anyway, after they left, I got downsized. I lost my job. I got other jobs, but my heart wasn't really in it. Nothing lasted. I kind of crumbled for a while. I didn't set foot outside the house for 6 months. At least here, if I make this a good place, then maybe they'll want to come and visit.
I wouldn't bet on it. Kate's visits are so brief these days, she barely bothers to unpack. I like to vacuum.
What?
And polish, and do needlework. That's good when I want to think. If something's bothering me, domestic stuff helps me concentrate. Lately, the house has never been so clean.
Kate told me about your wife. I'm sorry.
You're a nice man, but I don't really do nice. I'd sooner knock your block off.
We've been in correspondence with the United Nations for over a year. According to Article 19B, Resolution 147F, it will be recognized by the main body of the General Assembly. There's nothing we can do.
So any Tom, Dick or Adam can just plant his flag and chip a chunk of the country off for themselves?
Well, in theory.
Damn it! This idiot is so popular. In 12 months' time, the Prime Minister could end up leader of Dundee, Milton Keynes, and any other place nobody wants.
Well, actually, we've already had 97 postal applications to withdraw from Britain, including the Shetland Islands, Rotherham, and a petition of 50,000 signatures from the people of Cornwall. There's always the armed forces.
You are the embodiment of why elected politicians are kept as far away from real power as possible. This government needs me, and I'm not going to lose my job because some nut found a crack in the law. I want him off that land, and I don't care what it takes.
Thank you.
Daily Courier?
How could you not know about the wife and kids, eh?
Because he didn't mention them.
Oh, he didn't mention them. That's all right then, eh? I can't believe we've been scooped on this, Katie. What happened to is so wet behind the ears. We'll have a new story for every day of the month, eh?
Change the record, Mac.
Wait a minute. You're not falling for this mug, are you?
Don't be ridiculous. He's like a child.
I'm coming up.
Mac, no, look,
Our circulation went up 500,000 when you had the inside track in this.
Today, it's dropped twice that, so it's decided.
And anyway, I was thinking we could make a weekend of it.
Just the two of us, so why don't you?
Because the room in the local island.
it's the lamb and cabbage. And if you want an ensuite, you better bring one with you.
What's going on?
This?
Your folks might understand you by and by.
I didn't do any of this.
I know that. Weirdo. 3 times a night, eh?
From time to time, complication.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Come in. You'll forgive me if I don't get up.
No, it's fine.
I knew it was you.
How?
Aretha. She's my early warning system.
I kept my hood up in case anyone was watching.
Who's going to see? Haven't you heard I'm the public's bogeyman now?
I heard. There's a motion in the Commons not to recognise you and your republic. They say you're morally unfit.
Well, that's the pot calling the kettle black, don't you think? You do know that all those things they said aren't true.
Of course I do. Adam, you've got to fight fire with fire. Let someone do an interview, photograph you. I mean, if people could hear your side, your news.
No, I'm not. I'm gossip. I'm a soap opera or a new diet. I will not get into a slanging match. They can think what they like.
But they're hurting you.
No, they're not. It's only words. What harm can words do? Look, I need to get out now.
Yeah, right. Well, I've got to go anyway, so.
There's just no way to say how much I love you. You never made me cry, and that's just fine. Only got my feet a bird above you. You know we all get scared from time to time. Love me with your head and heart. Love me from the place it starts.
Annie. Sweetheart, come here, sweetheart. Oh. Come, sit down.
The television says you're better wives.
Annie, I would never hit your mum. I've never hit anyone in my life. That's just people trying to make trouble.
My friend Simone says you're a loony.
She might be right about that. Where was your mum?
At home.
How did you get here?
I took the train. I had some birthday money. I told the man one was in the toilet when I bought my ticket. I cried to get on the bus. I can cry really easily.
Does your mum know you're here?
I sneaked out. She thinks I'm in bed. Can I stay here?
I think we'd better call her. We'll come down in the morning. Yeah, okay. All right, well, we'll have to get up early and head down in the morning.
Did she shout?
No. Yeah, a bit.
Did she call you irresponsible fool? Sometimes she says that.
Words to that effect. Yeah, I'm a troublemaker.
You've come. I knew you would.
I want this in the morning edition, Mac.
What is it?
The truth. He doesn't deserve all this.
And this?
My resignation, effective immediately.
You have fallen from, haven't you?
Ironic, isn't it? I set out to hook him and I end up on the end of the line. Word for word, Mac.
Absolutely. Clear cotton. interrupt her. Tell her I'm about to make her day.
Claire.
I owe you one, Mac. Out.
Can I come and live here with you?
Maybe when you're bigger. Right now, your mum needs your help.
Why does Mum hate you?
She doesn't hate me. I mean, she just doesn't like the way I do things. Look, I know she gives you a hard time and stuff, but your mum is really very special. You know, when I first met her, I couldn't speak to her. I thought she was fantastic. And she was kind and funny, and I was like,
So why did she dump you?
Well, she had to put up with a lot of things, and I didn't turn out to be the kind of husband that she thought she was marrying, and that must have been hard for her. But your mum loves you very much. You know that, don't you?
I wonder what is keeping my true love this night. I wonder what is
You're living here now.
him out of my sight. I wonder if he knows.
Hello, Melissa.
Mum's furious with you. I don't care.
Oops. Seems like I can't stop causing trouble.
Yeah, I saw the papers.
Hey, Mel, you do know that I didn't...
Of course I do. I was there, Dad. Remember?
Don't be rude, Melissa.
Shut your face, Annie.
Can I ask you something? Do I embarrass you?
What do you think?
Would you rather I was like other dads?
At least they're normal.
Well, I think normal's overrated. I mean, everyone's weird in one way or another.
Whatever.
You shouldn't feel pressurized
Oh,
to
talk to the
conform.
elbow, Dad. At least it's got a point.
All right, I'll pack it in, if that's what you want.
No.
Now, just say the word, Melissa. I'll come back to the city. I would never do anything to hurt you.
Oh, I don't want you to stop it because of me.
No, but if it's causing you problems at school...
It's not. I think it's kind of cool.
Oh, sweetheart, come here. You all right?
I'm fine. Get off.
What do you need them for? I was just bringing her home. Come on, they're my daughters too.
Daddy! Annie, stay here.
Calm down. We're on a bonus to arrest you.
Arrest me for what?
Anything. It doesn't matter. Go. Go on, just leave.
What time is it? 11 o'clock. I thought you'd like to see this. What's happened to you, Kate?
I trusted you. You said you'd print the truth.
Oh, grow up. What's the truth got to do with anything? Our business is selling newspapers.
What Adam's doing is important, and you've twisted it into lies.
Oh, stop acting like a besotted schoolgirl. Look, you can still have a future with me.
How's my future looking now?
you that's a no.
Fate of man is random, so don't look down. Towns and the cities are all burning down. Your road is bitter like the whip of the wind.
It's better you don't know the details, Prime Minister. Suffice to say, they did exactly what was asked of them. The cabin, the crops completely destroyed. A job well done. The papers are being drawn up as we speak, Prime Minister. His ex-wife has 2 small children. I'm sure we can trump up some kind of unfit mother charge. She'll sign. If she refuses, I'll have so many government officials on her doorstep she won't know where to put them all. Yes, sir, this evening. Yes, Prime Minister.
Let my life and all its storms begin to blow. Take me here or there, I don't care where I go. Our beauty is a dark cloud when you're alone.
If you don't leave me alone, I'll call the police. Mrs. Clay, I'm Claire Cotton, and this is Dr. Seacombe from Moorside Psychiatric Hospital. We have some papers we'd like you to sign.
Adam!
I felt you coming, girl, as you drew near. I knew you'd find me, 'cause I longed you here. You're my destiny, is this how you'll appear? Wrapped in a coat with the tears in your eyes. Well, take that coat, babe, and throw it on the floor. I've been waiting for. As you've been moving.
Adam? Adam? I couldn't find you. I was out looking all night. I didn't know if you'd...
I had to go and find the animals.
Adam, I'm so sorry. I thought they were going to print the truth. I'm sorry.
Please don't apologize. You're a journalist. You were just doing your job. I trusted you. I've only myself to blame.
Adam. Dad?
Adam Clay, I'm detaining you under the Mental Health Act 1966.
No.
You will be remanded in custody until such time as a hearing can be convened to ascertain your state of welfare and mental stability.
Dad, you can't.
I thought you'd rather me do this than a stranger. I'm sorry, son.
Yeah. Thank you, Eugene.
How are you doing?
I've been better.
It was your wife, you know,
What was?
that signed the papers to get you sectioned. It has to be a member of the immediate family.
It's not important.
They'll appoint a lawyer to represent you.
No.
Who's going to defend you?
Nobody.
They'll steamroller you, lad. They've got expert witnesses and they're calling me and Kate.
This court has no authority over me. This is not my country.
They'll still put you away. I'll go and get your documents, your UN papers, and your EU stuff.
You can't. I took them when they demolished the house.
Kate would like to visit.
No.
She feels bad.
No.
Might help.
No. Thank you.
please. I need to talk to you. Come on, Joanna, they'll lock him up. You know he's not mad.
You have no idea what it was like for us. We were a laughing stock. People pitied me.
I know he has some strange ideas, but they make sense, you know, to him.
You think he's harmless, don't you? An innocent who wouldn't bother anyone. I tried. I really tried. Thought maybe it's a phase he's going through. A midlife crisis, something like that. He'd get over it. But it's who he is. It's who he's always been. I don't want to ask questions about government and wars and homeless people. I just want what everyone else has.
The things you said in the papers, they're not true.
Oh, the things you wrote were? It's all right for you with your university degree and your career. I was a nobody, married to a man who didn't care about the real world. A magazine has offered me a lot of money to do a photo shoot. Have you any idea what that means to me and the girls?
And you're prepared to let them destroy Adam for that?
If the court finds that Mr. Clay poses a threat to himself or to others, he will be confined to a psychiatric institution for whatever treatment and duration medical staff deem appropriate. Who stands for the Crown?
Clarence Mitchell, Your Honour.
Who stands for Adam Aloysius Clay? Who stands for Adam Aloysius Clay?
Mr. Clay has refused representation, Your Honour. He claims not to recognise the authority of the court.
Recognise it or not, Mr. Clay, this court is going to decide your fate. Proceed with your first witness, Mr. Mitchell.
Elaborate, if you would, Professor.
By his own admission, Mr. Clay crumbled and retreated into a dingy bedsit for half a year. This is evidence of severe psychiatric trauma, a total meltdown of mental capability. He clearly demonstrates all the traits of narcissistic personality disorder.
Illuminate the court further, if you would.
This is a malformed personality type, where the subject believes the world revolves around him and his needs. Narcissists feed on other people's lives like a vampire feeds on its victims. It's very closely related to schizophrenia, and the subject can spiral into destructive violence.
No one has the right to chop chunks off the country willy-nilly. What about order? What about structure?
He believes our power stations should be closed down and that we should all cycle to create our own electricity.
He is attempting to undermine the very fabric of society. If the man's not mad, he's an anarchist.
Answer the question, please, Sergeant. Did he have a national anthem or a flag? Did he have stamps? Was he wearing some kind of exotic national dress?
Not as far as I know, sir.
In your 30 years of policing, Sergeant, have you ever come across anyone who behaves like Mr. Clay, or who has the outlook of Mr. Clay?
No, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant.
I'll ask you again, Mr. Clay. Do you have any questions in response? Not going too well for you in there, is it? I like you, Mr. Clay. You're gutsy. You don't care what people think. I spend my days surrounded by men so terrified of public opinion, they wouldn't know an honest thought if it sat in their lap and invited them home for supper. If you agree to abandon the Republic, I'll make sure your wife gets the biggest rebate in the history of personal income tax. And you can name your own job anywhere in Britain. I'll make it happen. Think about it, Adam. When you stop being a rebel and start being a loser, people quickly lose interest.
You're employed by the Daily Gazette newspaper, Miss Dobie, are you not?
No.
I remind you, you're under oath, Miss Dobie. Are you employed by the Daily Gazette?
No, I resigned last week.
But you were employed by the Daily Gazette when you wrote these articles.
Yes.
Are the things you wrote in them true?
Not exactly.
Either they are or they aren't.
They're slanted to make Mr. Clay look foolish.
How did you get this information?
From talking to Mr. Clay.
And what is your relationship with Mr. Clay?
Friends. Or at least we were. When I was talking to Mr. Clay, he wasn't aware I was a journalist.
That seems upsetting to you, Miss Dobie.
I deceived him, and I'm not proud of that.
Ms. Dobie, are you in love with Mr. Clay?
That'll do, Mr.
Are you in love with
Mr.
Mr. Clay?
Mitchell.
Your Honour, the woman's clearly in love with him.
Yes, I am. But what's that got to do with it? Adam, please say something. They're making you look crazy.
The court calls Joanna Clay.
How long were you married to Adam Clay?
11 years. We separated 5 years ago.
And how would you describe Mr. Clay's behaviour towards you during your marriage?
Fine.
Excuse me.
Adam was a good husband.
Mrs. Clay, you're on record as saying that Mr. Clay was frequently drunk and abusive during your marriage. And may I remind you, you're still under oath. Was Mr. Clay abusive towards you and your children?
Answer the question, Mrs. Clay. No. He never even raised his voice to me. And I've never seen him drunk in my life.
Your Honour, this witness is clearly lying. She holds the court with such disdain that one can only surmise she has neither honour nor self-respect nor the goodness to dare to tell the truth for anyone.
Stop it! It's enough.
I'm sorry, Adam, for everything. I should never have spoken to that paper. They were offering so much money and, well, things have been tough.
It's okay. I don't care what people say.
It's fine when it's just you, Adam. They threatened us.
What?
They said they'd take the girls off me if I didn't sign the medical papers against you.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. What you're doing is a good thing. But if they cut you, we all bleed.
It was good between us once, wasn't it?
At one time I thought you were all I needed to breathe. That girl, the journalist, she cares about you very much. Carry on, Mr. Mitchell.
Mr. Clay, you have resigned from Great Britain. Is that correct?
You will answer the question, Mr. Clay.
Yes, I did, sir.
Don't you believe in British democracy?
I believe it would be a good idea.
Don't you believe every individual has a responsibility towards society?
What do you mean by responsibility?
It means not passing the load onto others.
Well, that is my problem. That is exactly what we do. We've given up so much responsibility that nothing is our problem. It's the government, it's the society, it's the youth, it's the teachers, it's the immigrants, but it's not us. It's not our problem. There's nothing we can do about it. We've passed the load on to others so much that nothing is our responsibility.
But society is based on principles of common responsibility.
Common responsibility. Am I then responsible for the decisions that other people have taken? For fighting wars with people I've never met? For closing down hospitals in the name of efficiency? If common responsibility means letting other people think for me, then I can't sign up to that.
Your Honour, the Crown has demonstrated beyond any reasonable doubt that this man is not fit to take responsibility for his own life, let alone the governance of a state, however small. I beseech the court to find that Adam Clay be confined to a psychiatric hospital for the safety of himself and the rest of civil society.
Mr. Clay?
Your Honour, I'm not sure that I can defend myself against what these people have said. Most of it is true. It's true that I keep my food in a hole in the ground. It's true that I cycle to generate electricity. I see nothing wrong with that. When oil runs out, I shall have a head start. Professor Finch has said that I suffered psychiatric trauma when my family left. Well, I would challenge anyone not to suffer psychiatric trauma if that happened to them. Professor Finch has said that I have a disorder, that I am a narcissist obsessed with his own self-importance. Is that correct?
Generally speaking...
Well, doesn't it seem somewhat self-important of you to sum up a man's whole character without ever having met or spoken to him? Mr. Mitchell says that I'm unfit to look after myself and that I pose a threat to civil society. Miss Cotton seems to take a different viewpoint. 2 nights ago, she offered me the job of my choice anywhere in Britain, I think you said, Miss Cotton. Now, does that mean that I am unfit in some places, but not in others? The press in your civil society is free. Free to print lies about me, about my family. Lies which decent people have believed. The press enjoys this freedom, but appears to bear no responsibility for the truth. This hearing is going to decide whether I am free to leave this free society. The government is denying me this right. Yet the government is threatening to exercise its right to take my children away from their mother if she failed to testify against me. Deny that if you dare, Miss Cotton. Your Honor, I'm not a lawyer or a journalist or a politician. I do not understand their world. No, that's not true. I understand it all too well. It's a world of power without responsibility. Responsibility for justice, for truth, for morality. And my conscience will not allow me even to try to be a good citizen in such a world. I'd rather try to be a good man.
The court will retire to consider its judgment. We will convene tomorrow morning at 9.
All rise.
How have you been?
I'm good. The food's really nice in here.
I was very proud of you today.
I just said what I thought.
I know. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'm a grown-up, and I make my own decisions about who I let in and who I don't.
What have you decided?
question before this court is whether Mr. Clay is capable of existing within society without causing harm to its members or to himself. It is not a mere question of your sanity, Mr. Clay. If it were, I would be forced to conclude that you are, in fact, the most sane person in this room, including the judge who inhabits this bench.
I object!
I object to you too, Miss Cotton, in many ways, but in my courtroom, I can say so. You'd better keep your opinions to yourself unless you wish to spend the evening in a jail cell. When I undertook this hearing, my learned colleagues in the judiciary told me that there were only two possible outcomes if I were to defend the society which I seek to represent. Mr. Clay would either have to abandon this idea of the Republic of Hope, re-enter society and become a productive member, or I can have him committed to a psychiatric facility where he would receive such attention as medical staff consider necessary. I, however, believe that there is a third outcome, and it is this which I consider to be the preferred and correct option. Mr. Clay, you have, sir, no case to answer. You are free to go.
Hello? Yeah, Prime Minister, a victory. Well, I'm going to pass you on to Claire. Hang on, Claire.
We will appeal, sir. I guarantee we will win.
So how do you feel about milking goats?
James Bolam stars tomorrow. The Last Will and Testament of Billy Touchheads is the afternoon play. Same time, 2:05 here on BBC One. Cool birds in hot spots next this afternoon as Wildlife on One visits African penguins.
Oh,